Good morning. Well, actually, good afternoon now. Ruby D of Ruby D Artistry, and I am the Goddess Entrepreneur. I'm actually going to make this kind of short because I am out volunteering today, and I don't have that much time. I'm actually needed inside, but I came out to do this real quick. But this particular live video, like I said, is going to be short and quick, but I'm going to be sharing with you all how to increase your happiness threshold. In order to increase your happiness threshold, you have to first know what it is. So before I get into that, if you happen to watch this on the replay, please just comment replay at the bottom. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, then go ahead and ask the questions and comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And if there's anybody that finds this information beneficial, be sure to pass it on to them, or just share it. But what the happiness threshold is, basically all of us have a default level of happiness, and that default level of happiness is pretty much when you go about your daily life and everything is fine. You're pretty happy. You're moderately happy. There's not anything extraordinary happening. There's not anything bad happening. So you're basically at this mellow level of happiness. Now, for some, it is higher than others. Like, for instance, I'll use myself for example. My level of happiness may be, my default level of happiness may be here. So we're going to just say right here at this point. So for me, if I were to experience, something that's extremely exciting to me or makes me really happy, then of course my level of happiness is going to increase. And so I'm going to be this much happier than where I normally am. But if I'm, here and something not so fortunate happens, then of course it's going to affect me, and I'm going to feel some type of way about it. So of course my default level of happiness is going to drop. So it may be here. Now let's say if there was another person, the same exact situations happen. Let's say if their default level of happiness is here, then of course if something exciting happens for them, then of course that level may rise here. They're still affected to the same degree in a sense, but because their threshold of happiness is lower, then they wouldn't be as happy as I would if it happened to me. And the same thing on the other end, if their threshold of happiness is down here and something terrible happens or something unfortunate happens, then of course that's going to put them below that default threshold of happiness, and so it's going to affect them more deeply than it affects me. But the good thing about your happiness threshold is that you can raise it. And to contribute to raising that's why I focus so much on balancing your chakras. Because when you balance your chakras, when those things happen to you, those unfortunate things happen to you, then you're able to react differently. You're able to think through the situation, and you are able to, it doesn't affect you as much because you understand that everything happens for a reason. You understand that there's a purpose to everything. You understand that this is more of a learning experience as opposed to something detrimental. Hey, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Don't forget to share it with others. Don't you see me doing something, mommy? I was going to say they got food if you want to come in. Okay, I'm coming. I'm sorry. I mean, earlier, like I said, I'm actually volunteering today, and I came out to do this quick live video. So, I'm doing what I can for the community, even though it's just, sorting some food or passing it out. It's still getting done. So I've been here with my mommy for the last 3 days, and I know that is completely off topic, but you know what? It's not. It actually contributes to me balancing my chakras, especially my heart chakra, because with me being able to give, then that opens myself up to receiving. And when I'm able to give love and be compassionate towards other people, then I draw that back to me. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate it. It's with the area that I'm in, I'm actually in Atlanta right now, and of course some of you know, I would hope some of you know the situation as far as, you know, those that are less fortunate and, you know, possibly even homeless. But I mean, if you have time to volunteer, just, you know, only a couple of hours a week, it helps. I mean, if you don't do it already. I'm not saying that I've always been one to volunteer, but once you actually start doing it and you find a place where you're comfortable volunteering, then do that. And whether you realize it or not, that actually contributes to your to you increasing your happiness threshold. Because when you, of course, we all know how it feels to give to others, and how it feels to receive, and, you know, just to be able to help the less fortunate, those that are in need, whenever you're able to. So definitely do that. But for me to get back to how increasing your threshold of happiness, got somebody calling me. I have to call you later. But do you to do with God, if so you can tell me more if it's one of those things that evolution don't. Miss Jones, I don't want to pronounce your first name incorrectly, but do you have to do with God? If so, can you tell me more? It's one of those things that evolution don't want no part of. Oh, actually it's not. Balancing the chakras, it's not, you know, specific to any religion. It's not, you know, dark magic. It has nothing to do with a cult or anything like that. It's purely individual, and it's just a way for each of us to achieve a greater level of peace, a greater level of happiness, a greater level of establishing a greater level for the appreciation of the quality of life that we have. So I would definitely, you know, talk to you more about it, but it's all good. Trust me, it's all good. It's nothing bad about it. And it doesn't matter, like I said, whether you're religious, spiritual, it doesn't matter. But you know, with me being an advocate for, you know, sharing with others how to balance their chakras, and yes, homeostasis, that is correct. Crystal, I'm on live. I know you at work. I'm sorry, that's my sister. She just keep messaging me and calling me. But the point of this live was to explain the happiness threshold. So definitely catch it on the replay. If you have any questions, please put the questions below. If you happen to watch it on the replay, then type replay in the comments, share it, and if you find it beneficial, let me know. If you want more information about it, I'll be happy to share. And, you know, it's been wonderful to come and talk to you all today. I'm going to try and go live more often to share information such as this, because I know it's not a lot of people that focus on chakras, and it's a lot of us that's not familiar with it. And don't worry, I'll be happy to share the information with you. So again, I'm Ruby D of Ruby D Artistry. Well, yeah, I do need to eat. But, you know, I appreciate you all for watching and engaging. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm talking about tomorrow. I'll probably focus on, I do know what I'm talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about the miseducation of self. I've been wanting to focus on that for a little while. So I'll be talking about the miseducation of self tomorrow and explaining what that is. So it was wonderful speaking with you all, spending a little time with you. Peace, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.